Sophia Riller is a quiet, shy girl who just wants a peaceful life. When she turns 16, she takes part in an important ceremony where every teenager picks a card that shows which god will bless them. By complete accident, Sophia gets the Gorilla God's card, a super strong deity known for incredible power. From that moment on, her life changes completely. Now, whenever she touches things, they break or even explode without warning. At fancy Deerington Academy where only rich kids study, Sophia gets bullied every day by Carissa, the most popular girl, and her friends. Just when the teasing becomes too much, something exciting happens. Lois arrives. He's a handsome, well-liked boy training to be a knight. While everyone's distracted by him, Sophia sneaks away to sit under a tree. But even there, things go wrong. She accidentally smashes an apple in her hand and suddenly really wants to eat bananas. After the ceremony, Sophia learns that getting the Gorilla God's blessing is super rare. It only happens once every 50 years. Because of this, she gets a surprising offer. She can try out to join the Royal Order of Knights. It's a big honor, but Sophia doesn't want to be a warrior. She just wants a normal, quiet life. The problem is, if she says no, her family could get in trouble and people might even call them traitors. Not wanting to cause problems, Sophia decides she'll try to fail the night test on purpose. On her way to the testing place, she stops to help an old man whose cart is broken, easily carrying his heavy things. Then she gets lost in the forest until a mysterious boy with black hair and green eyes helps her. She thinks he's just being nice, but then finds out it's actually Lois, one of the people judging the night tests. When Sophia gets to the training area, she notices she's the only girl there. She tries to do badly in the tests, but her God-given strength keeps making her do well instead. In the first test, a race, she finishes way faster than anyone else. Then in a climbing challenge, she rescues another student named Isaac when he almost falls. No one expected her to be so brave, and people start respecting her. Later, Lois helps take care of Sophia's hurt hand, hinting that he thinks she's special, not just another night trainee. Sophia starts realizing her life might never go back to how it was before, but for the first time, she thinks maybe her powers could lead her to something good. When Lois finishes helping her hand, he starts rubbing it without thinking. Sophia points out it's her arm he's touching, and Lois quickly says sorry. He explains he was trying to figure out how she climbed down the rope while carrying Isaac. He thought maybe her legs were super strong or it was magic, but Sophia avoids giving a straight answer. She's not ready to talk about her Gorilla God blessing. Not right now anyway. They return to the trial grounds, and Sophia feels relieved when she realizes she missed the final test. All the other participants got hurt, and she thinks that by not finishing the last part, she might have actually failed. Even though failing was her original plan, she suddenly feels disappointed, more than she thought she would. It hurts a little, maybe because she's starting to like Lois. The trials end, and everyone goes home. Before leaving, Lois thanks Sophia for saving his teammate. On her way back, Isaac runs up to her, clearly worried about her. After checking she's okay, he starts talking about how much he looks up to Lois, how he became a knight at just 15, comes from an important family, but still stays humble and kind. Soon after, they meet Eddie, who's being bullied because of his mother. Sophia and Isaac stand up for him, which leads to a fight. During the fight, Sophia uses her strength and throws one of the bullies right into a tree. When things calm down, they properly introduce themselves. Isaac explains he has the dog's blessing, which gives him speed and loyalty, while Eddie hints he has some secret power too. Sophia admits she got strength from the Gorilla God and asks them to keep it secret. A few days later, Sophia is surprised to learn she actually passed the trial because of her brave actions. Back at school, she meets Isaac and Eddie again and finds out they're all in the same class now. She worries this will make it harder to stay unnoticed, but her friends are happy about it. They agree to keep their night training and friendship a secret from others. Soon, Lois joins them as their senior mentor. Their group quickly becomes popular at school, though Sophia tries to stay in the background. Things get more complicated when Lois casually gives her a pastry, making other girls jealous. To avoid trouble, Sophia quietly leaves, letting Lois deal with the situation. Finally, the big ceremony arrives, but Sophia is still nervous after some girls cornered her earlier to ask how she knows Lois. Thinking fast, she lies and says they played together as kids because their families knew each other. The girls seem to believe her, but before leaving they tease her, saying someone as handsome as Lois would never like someone as awkward as her. Sophia agrees. She sees herself as too tall, too thin, too pale, basically a gorilla. She's sure Lois could never like her back. At the ceremony, Strict Master Ernest Cheval appears. He congratulates the new knights and talks about their important duties. During his speech, he notices Sophia and casually suggests she cut her bangs. Embarrassed, she promises to do it tomorrow, but wishes she hadn't been noticed. That night, she tries cutting her hair herself but makes a mess of it. She accidentally breaks the scissors and decides to go to a real barber. Wrapping her head in a scarf, she goes into town. She stops to look at some strawberry shortcake, Gorilla's favorite dessert, when Lois shows up and offers to help. She asks him to come with her to the salon, and he agrees, taking her to a scary-looking stylist named Clean who used to be a knight. Clean promises to fix her hair without cutting too much. Even though she's nervous, Sophia is happy to see her hair looks almost the same afterward, just a little wavy now. Lois pays for it, saying it's only fair. As they walk afterward, Sophia notices Lois looking at the pastry shop. She can tell he's uncomfortable with girls staring at him, so she suggests they go in together. Inside, everyone looks at them, but Sophia doesn't mind. They order lots of sweets, and Lois seems happy to eat without being bothered. Sophia tells him he could easily get a girlfriend, but Lois says he's focused on his goals right now. Feeling bold, Sophia admits she has the Gorilla God's blessing. Lois accepts this without question and promises to protect her if anyone tries to hurt her. Later, Sophia wonders if his own special power might be connected to an orangutan. Meanwhile, Captain Shin and his partner start looking over the new recruits, and Sophia is one of them. The next day, Sophia uses her gorilla strength to push through a crowd of Lois fangirls, accidentally leaving Isaac behind. At training, Isaac looks mad, but Sophia explains she had to run away. Eddie, who's tired from all the exercise, feels relieved when they switch to gun practice. Everyone gets empty rifles and special vests made from spider silk. When they practice shooting, Eddie does really well and the teachers praise him. Sophia gets so nervous she accidentally breaks her rifle with her hands. Captain Ancient laughs at her and calls her a monkey. After class, the captain shows off his own skills, flying through the air and hitting every target perfectly. All the students watch in amazement. Later, the group talks about the school ball coming up. Everyone seems excited except Sophia. She's not sure she wants to go because she doesn't have a nice dress to wear. When the ball day comes, Sophia looks at the bright red dress her parents sent her. It's too fancy and not her style at all. She thinks about wearing her normal clothes or not going at all to avoid embarrassment. Finally, she chooses her old simple dress and goes to the event. As soon as she arrives, Carissa and her date Leo tell her she can't come in without a partner. Feeling hurt, Sophia starts to leave when she bumps into Lois. He sees she's upset and offers to help. When he hears about the partner rule, he says he'll be her date for the ball. They walk into the ballroom together, and Carissa's group gives them angry looks. While they dance, Lois quietly tells Sophia he's actually there to stop a possible bomb threat, with Isaac and Eddie helping secretly. Sophia realizes she's helping too by being his cover. All night, Carissa and her friends try to ruin Sophia's time, even trying to cut her dress, but Lois stops them each time. Even with his help, Sophia trips and tears her dress. Embarrassed but not giving up, she decides to change into the red dress she didn't want to wear earlier. On her way back, Leo stops her, but Isaac and Eddie show up just in time to help. When Sophia comes back in her new red dress, everyone looks at her. She starts worrying that Lois only asked her to help with his mission, but he tells her honestly that he likes being with her. Soon after, Sophia's classmate Era asked for help finding a lost earring. Trusting her, Sophia follows Era to an empty classroom where she gets locked inside a big wooden box. She realizes Era was helping Carissa trick her. Sophia could easily break out with her strength, but she doesn't want to get Era in trouble. Before she can decide what to do, two workers pick up the box and carry it away, leaving Sophia trapped and confusing everyone at the ball. While her friends search for her, Sophia stays hidden in the box. The workers carry it up to the third floor, thinking it's just normal supplies. Knowing she needs to escape to help her friends and not cause problems, Sophia gets out of the box. She finds herself in an old, unused building. There, she surprisingly meets an old friend, a squirrel she knew before. They talk, and Sophia tells the squirrel she's been feeling lonely and that she might have feelings for Sir Lois. She admits she's confused about her feelings and wishes she could have finished dancing with him. Suddenly, Sophia hears weird noises coming from nearby and decides to check it out. She finds two men talking quietly about some suspicious plan. She immediately understands these might be the people behind the bomb threat at school. When she tries to sneak away, she accidentally steps on something noisy. The men hear her and pull out knives. A quick fight starts and Sophia grabs a nearby mannequin to protect herself. The men try to scare her, but she's stronger. She ties them up and runs away. Her squirrel friend leads her to another room where they find a real bomb counting down. Sophia panics because she missed the class about how to stop bombs, but she doesn't freeze, she acts fast. She picks up the bomb and runs far away from where people are dancing. With just seconds left, she uses her super strength to throw the bomb high into the sky right where the fireworks are going off. When it explodes, everyone thinks it's just part of the show. No one gets hurt, and no one even knows there was danger. Right after, Isaac and Eddie come running to her, so happy to see she's safe. Sophia makes up a story so people won't panic, but admits she didn't really think her plan through very well. When Lois shows up later, he doesn't even look at Sophia. This hurts her feelings, and she wonders if she ruined any chance with him by what she did. The next day, the girls who used to bully Sophia come to say sorry. They got in trouble for what they did and say they want to change. They admit they were jealous because Sophia got to spend time with Lois, but now they think she's actually really cool. Sophia accepts their apology nicely, but she can't stop thinking about Lois and whether they'll ever have a real relationship. 3 months go by since Sophia joined the Peace Corps. Everyone now knows the Amenister group tried to bomb the school dance, but they still haven't found out who on the inside was helping them. There's definitely a traitor in their group. Even with all this going on, Sophia's biggest worry is still personal. She's sad about how Lois has been acting so distant. She tries to understand. He did save her life after the bomb, but she's starting to think nothing will ever happen between them. Then a new mission starts, survival training in the mountains. Only Isaac is excited about this. Everyone else isn't happy, especially Eddie, who isn't in good shape. While they're climbing, Eddie almost falls off a cliff, but Sophia grabs him just in time. Then right after, Lois jumps down after Sophia to help her. Being great at falling, like a true gorilla, Sophia lands safely and finds an old cabin. She tries to make a fire but doesn't have the right tools. Then there's a knock at the door. It's Chippy, her squirrel friend, bringing exactly what she needs. They sit by the fire together, waiting to be rescued. When morning comes, Sophia wakes up and gets a big surprise. Lois is lying next to her with no clothes on. He explains he stayed all night and his clothes are drying outside. While they wait, he tells her an amazing secret. He can turn into a squirrel. It's a special magic power he has. Sophia is surprised, but she's more interested in something else. Why did he jump after her yesterday? Lois admits he heard her telling Chippy that she likes him. He didn't know how to respond before, so he acted distant. But now he understands his feelings. He's liked her since the very first time they met. Sophia, still feeling hurt, says she never stopped liking him but gave up hope because he was so cold to her. Just as this special moment is happening, Isaac bursts through the door. He used his tracking skills to find them. He almost ruins the romantic mood, but at least he brings good news. Everyone else on their team is safe. Lloyd and Keith, the bomb planters from Daybreak, report back to their leader, Leohart. When Leohart hears Sophia's name, he smiles, saying things are about to get interesting. Weeks pass after the mountain training trip, and most knights finally get time off, except for Isaac, who rushes to Sophia with a whole tree on his back. Turns out the dorm students dumped all the holiday prep on him. Now he's asking Sophia to help throw a Christmas party. Usually students leave for the holidays, but this year may stay behind. So they plan a dorm party. Sophia helps decorate, and when Luis arrives carrying a huge cake, the girls swarm him. Since the mountain trip, Sophia hasn't really talked to him, and she's nervous someone might bring up their private cabin moment. She quietly slips away, but Luis notices and follows. Their small talk is awkward, neither knows what to say. Then, out of nowhere, Luis hugs her tight and admits he missed her. Sophia's heart races, and she nearly tosses him out of instinct. She starts to enjoy his warmth until the other girls call for him and drag him away. Watching from a distance, Sophia feels conflicted. Eddie walks up and tries to tease her, but when that doesn't work, he hands her a gift, a pretty hair clip. It's a thank you for helping him during mountain training and for just being her. Soon after, Isaac shows up with a warm scarf. He thanks her for supporting him during their night trials, saying he only pushed through because she gave him courage, despite being scared herself. Before he can say more, the principal throws a bucket and breaks the moment. Sophia laughs it off, saying she didn't expect Christmas gifts from a friend, gently reminding Isaac of their boundaries. That night, Sophia lies in bed, disappointed she didn't get more time with Luis. Just then, he appears at her door. She quickly pulls him inside, flustered to be alone with him. Luis gives her a gift, a ruby necklace. He admits he nearly bought a ring but was told it was too much for a first girlfriend gift. She puts it on, and he looks happy. As he turns to leave, she stops him and offers him some cake she saved just for him. Knowing he loves sweets but rarely gets to indulge, Luis smiles, saying he can be himself around her. Feeling guilty for not having a gift for him, Sophia offers to let him feed her cake instead. Blushing, she takes a bite, and the cake somehow tastes sweeter. Luis brings up the time older students mocked him for liking sweets. Sophia tells him people should enjoy what makes them happy without shame. Moved, Luis hugs her again. He says he didn't think he'd get to talk to her at all today, and admits he noticed other guys talking to her during the party. He wonders if she was jealous seeing him with other girls. Sophia denies it, asking to keep their relationship private for now. But Louis isn't convinced. Grinning, he pulls her onto his lap and teases, "You mean like this?" He tells her he doesn't want to hide how he feels, not with guys like Isaac and Eddie giving her gifts. He insists on shopping together next time so he can get a scarf and hair clip too, matching hers. Sophia doesn't get why he wants those but reassures him she won't fall for anyone else. Only him. They seal the promise with a kiss. Louis pulls away flustered, but ends up accidentally pinning her underneath him. They freeze, both faces bright red. Louis quickly sits up, apologizing. Sophia says it's okay. As he leaves, he invites her to visit his place next time. Sophia's heart races. She never imagined a Christmas night like this. In the royal capital square, Arshan is recovering from a terrible hangover. His coworker Victor drinks like a python. Seriously, Arshan wonders if he's part snake instead of a gray wolf. It's his first real day off in forever, and he just wants to feel better. As he sits there, a kind girl offers him water. Then, another girl reminds him about a promised date, and soon a third one shows up, asking to hang out. Arshan finds their company sweet, but the moment he spots his little gorilla in the crowd, he suddenly spreads his wings and makes an excuse to fly after her. From above, he watches her make her rounds, patrolling, chatting with townsfolk, and playing with kids. Watching her so full of kindness makes it hard to see her as a gorilla at all. When two drunk men cause a scene at a restaurant, Arshan considers stepping in, but she handles them easily with her strength. After helping an elderly lady get home, Arshan walks up to her. Since he's off duty, he asks her to call him by his name instead of Captain Adler. He notices her staring at sweets in a bakery window and invites her inside. But she declines, saying it might send the wrong message. He's still her superior, and a man. As she walks away, Arshan asks if she would say yes if he asked her out next time. She doesn't answer, so he laughs it off and flies away, pretending he was joking. But deep down, he's disappointed. This is the first time he's ever been turned down. Later, Isaac is thrilled to see Sophia run toward him, even if she almost knocks him over. She's just so happy to see him. Isaac blushes and tells her he doesn't mind catching her and her overwhelming strength. When she shows off a dress she found, he buys it for her immediately. They spend the day together, walking around and even playing with dogs. At the end of the day, Sophia puckers up for a kiss. But Isaac wakes up. It was just a dream. Eddie is standing over him, teasing him for daydreaming. Isaac teases back, saying Eddie's eyes look soft too. Eddie remembers when Sophia found him stuck under a sleeping cat. He asked if she liked cats, and she said she did. They're cute and soothing. Eddie definitely isn't telling Isaac something that embarrassing. As the two relax in the sun, they talk about Sophia. Isaac asks if Eddie thinks she likes someone, but Eddie honestly doesn't know and doesn't want to guess. Later that day, Carissa is shopping with her group. They're buying new outfits for a rainy. Carissa had invited Sophia earlier, but she declined. Now, they bump into Sophia on the street and discover her secret. She's a junior knight. Carissa respects her decision to keep it hidden but tells her there's nothing to be ashamed of. Being a knight is impressive. Araini opens up, saying girls often worry too much about what others think. She used to think things like, "Will they hate me if I say this?" Or, "Will they still like me if I act like myself?" That kind of fear once led her to hurt Sophia, but she's trying to change. When she finally opened up, everyone still treated her the same. Today, she even enjoyed a normal shopping day with her friends. She tells Sophia it's okay to be herself. She doesn't need to hide that she's a knight. Sophia is touched by their words and tears up, but then Carissa quickly shifts the mood. She wants to hear all about the handsome knights in the royal capital. The girls squeal, begging Sophia to spill the details about the dreamy, muscular guys she works with. Sophia turns the topic to Carissa and asks about Leohard. Carissa explains that he once approached her at the entrance of a venue, but she doesn't know much more. Putting that aside, the girls get excited again. It's time to shop for cute dresses for Sophia too. Today marks the start of the Southern Country training camps all around military arts competition. Ground forces, maritime forces, and musketeers all compete to prove their progress. To keep things fair, the knights are split into groups by their blessings. Sophia is exempt from competing. Otherwise, all three forces would fight over her gorilla strength. Instead, she serves as first aid attendant. Hearing this, Isaac vows to do his best to get injured. Carissa and the gang also show up to cheer Sophia on, ensuring chaos. The red team is led by Victor of the ground forces, the blue by Captain Shin of the maritime forces, and the green by Arshan of the musketeers. Sophia watches from afar, ready to root for Louis. The first event is the obstacle race. Isaac spends too much time daydreaming about Sophia, letting Victor leap past him with wolf-blessing agility. The second event is swimming, which makes Isaac nervous. Sophia admits she's no better. Gorillas can't swim. But when Louis shows up shirtless, warming up, she can't stop blushing. Gilbert, an orca-blessed knight of the maritime forces, challenges Louis. In the water, Gilbert dominates, leaving Louis second. When Sophia approaches with a towel, Gilbert freezes, shocked to see a girl among the knights. He stares so much that she awkwardly hands him his towel and bolts. Later, Gilbert tries to gloat, but Louis humbly compliments him. Gilbert brushes it off with cocky remarks until Captain Shin shuts him up. Surprisingly, he obeys. The third event is close quarters combat with clay bullet guns. Arshin immediately takes the skies, sniping targets with ease. Eddie, cornered, expects to face him alone. Luckily, Victor hands him a trick to turn the tables. When Arshin spots a blonde girl crouching in the forest, he swoops in gallantly to help. Big mistake, it's Eddie in disguise. Eddie whips off the way and blasts him point blank, eliminating the musketeer commander. Next is the scavenger hunt. Instructions tell participants to find someone who can run 40 kilometers per hour and crush an apple barehanded. Naturally, the boys rush straight to Sophia. She prepares to bolt, but Louis gently takes her hand and leads her across the finish line. The teams remain evenly matched until an emergency breaks out. A rock slide damages the terrace of a nearby hotel, sending people into the water. Gilbert prepares his men for a rescue, but poisonous fish flood the harbor. Shin steps forward, promising to neutralize them with his jellyfish blessing. His light poison calms the school, making the water safe. Most are saved except Carissa, who clings to an umbrella mid-ocean. Sophia charges in, using her gorilla power to hold the umbrella steady. With Louis and Gilbert helping, they get her back safely. Impressed that Louis can keep pace with him, Gilbert finally acknowledges his rival's skill. Afterward, the knights gather for a banquet. Victor and Arshin immediately start fighting over which squad Sophia should join, the ground forces or the musketeers. Shin casually interjects, reminding them gorillas can't swim unless she guards ships. By the end of the exhausting day, Sophia just wants a moment with Louis. She finds him, and the two sneak in a little flirting. But Isaac interrupts, forcing them to settle for simply watching fireworks together. On another day, Sophia runs to meet Louis at the Capitol. She's late because she hasn't returned to the dorm after training, which dragged on since Commander Volt doesn't know how to stop once he gets fired up. Louis suggests they buy her a new outfit first, since walking around in her uniform might draw too much attention. The two are shy but excited because today marks their very first date since becoming a couple. Meanwhile, Grandmaster Cheval receives a report about a crime in the Noble Quarter. Louis blushes, steams, overheats, basically every adjective possible to describe how stunned he is by Sophia's beauty in her new clothes. She even gets a fresh haircut, with the same barber reminding her to take better care of her fashion sense. Together, she and Louis enjoy sweets and ice around town. It's revealed that Louis lives alone in a home that once belonged to his relatives. When he casually invites her over afterward, Sophia panics internally. The suddenness overwhelms her. Her heart is absolutely not ready. But she quickly realizes she let her imagination spiral since he's only inviting her for dinner. At the same time, the knights investigate the attempted assassination of a duke. Though he survives, they determine the culprits belong to the anti-monarchist group Daybreak. Explosives are confirmed to be hidden somewhere, but the information is kept secret to avoid public panic. Louis takes Sophia to the Marquia for her very first visit. They enjoy themselves until their departure, when they overhear locals complaining about being worked to exhaustion by the nobles. The people resent having their lives dictated entirely by blessings. Louis knows this is the unspoken reality of their world, not just in their kingdom, but everywhere. He quietly wishes he could change it. When they arrive at his home, Sophia is surprised. Louis had described it as a small rented property, but it looks like a well-kept house. He suddenly remembers he forgot the spices and asks her to wait inside while he runs out, handing her the spare key so she can stay. By the time he returns, Sophia is already cooking. She assures him she isn't particularly skilled, explaining she had to learn to carefully manage her strength. The two then share a tender moment as she nervously feeds him. After dinner, Sophia gazes at the necklace Louis gave her. It's precious to her, the very first gift she received from him, and she never wants to part with it. Louis hugs her, surprised by how deeply she treasures it. He even worries, since he only knows how to express his feelings through gifts. But Sophia reassures him, telling him she loves him and doesn't want him to stress over such things. Their faces blush red as they share a kiss. Before the mood escalates further, Louis notices her clutching her dress, so he lightly pinches her cheeks and offers to walk her home, saying it's getting late. On their way, Louis apologizes for not considering her feelings and for trying to move too quickly. But Sophia tells him that isn't the case. She's simply inexperienced, nervous because she doesn't know what to do. Louis accepts this, assuring her that they can take things at their own pace. Sophia then dashes back to her dorm, since curfew is near. Suddenly, two mysterious men ambush her, but Sophia's gorilla reflexes kick in and she tosses them both aside, smashing them into walls with ease. Just as she thinks it's over, she's caught off guard by the mist spilling from bottles they carried, which quickly knocks her unconscious. At that moment, Leohart rushes to her side, pressing his lips against hers and whispering that he needs her by his side. Immediately after, the explosion ignites. On the night of a red moon, Sophia wakes on a fluffy bed. Even the pillow feels soft and the air carries a pleasant scent, but she has no idea where she is. The last thing she remembers is Louis walking her back. After that, everything is blank. Looking down, she notices she isn't wearing the outfit Louis bought her. Relief washes over her though when she sees the necklace he gave her still around her neck. The door opens and Leohart steps inside. Sophia freezes, unsure what to say, until he introduces himself properly as Leohart Naimir. He apologizes for the incident at the school dance and asks if she feels any pain. He explains she inhaled a poison-like substance and passed out, so he brought her here. Her clothes had gotten dirty, so he's washing them and letting them dry. In the meantime, he invites her to share some tea. The tea is a strange color, and Leohart explains it comes from the Far East. Sophia recalls Isaac once mentioning a clan from there known as Shinobi, though she doesn't remember the details. When she tastes the tea, the bitterness surprises her. Leohart then rises to show her a jewel that means a lot to him because it reminds him of the corner of the royal capital where he once lived. He begins telling his story. As a child, he grew up in the slums alongside Cecil, Lloyd, and Keith. One week, a noble who often dropped off food left them a large supply. The kids were overjoyed. Their lives were simple but filled with light, no matter how little they had. One day, that noble returned, saying the blessings were deepening the divide between rich and poor. He wanted to adopt Leohart, since Leo's experience in the slums could help him connect with the masses. The noble promised food and education for the children in return, urging Leo to consider it. Though his friends felt sad, Cecil encouraged him to accept. So Leohart agreed and awakened a powerful blessing, securing the noble's family higher standing. Life as an adopted noble wasn't easy. His new father ordered him to throw away the shard he treasured and to sever all ties with the slums. Leo grew restless, wondering how his friends were doing. Eventually, he used his blessing to sneak back, only to discover the slums burned to the ground, everything gone. Lloyd and Keith wept, telling him Cecil had died. The one behind it all was his adoptive father, the Duke, who coldly explained that it was natural to dispose of trash. In time, Leohart disposed of him instead. Turning back to Sophia, Leohart finally reveals the truth. He is the leader of Daybreak, the anti-monarchist group. He declares the world corrupt, bound by blessings that dictate every aspect of life. Work, marriage, even status. He believes everyone deserves to live beneath the same sunlight. What shocks Sophia most is that he knows she has the gorilla blessing. With a sly grin, he says he has a sharp nose, and since leopards are natural predators of gorillas, it was easy to sense her. He explains that only one leopard and one gorilla can exist at a time, making them the only two holders of these blessings in the world. To him, this feels like fate. Suddenly, he rips off her necklace. Irritated, she let Louis tame her. Forcing his own necklace onto her, he swears he will eliminate Louis. Sophia trembles, her anger surging. That necklace was her first precious gift. The gorilla within her roars, and she smashes her way through, escaping with raw strength. Clutching Louis's jewel tightly, she realizes everyone is in danger and bolts back as fast as she can. At the same time, Louis receives a briefing from the Grandmaster. Despite the earlier explosion, no one was hurt, but new intel arrives. Daybreak's next target is dear into an academy. Louis scouts around the academy and quickly rushes inside, cutting down 2 Daybreak members on sight. He suspects another bomb has been planted and knows he must act fast to save any hostages. At the sight of the earlier blast, Commander Shin spots more terrorists spying on him and without hesitation, fries them with his jellyfish stingers. As Sophia approaches, a massive block of concrete is hurled her way. She smashes it apart with a single punch, grateful for her gorilla strength. She breaks into the room where her classmates are held, freeing them all, and Irene seals the doors with her spider webs. Deciding to push further, Sophia heads for the attic. To her surprise, Carissa insists on joining her. Embarrassed, Carissa admits she bears the mole blessing, giving her an edge in darkness. Together with Irene, the 3 girls free several classrooms before Sophia chooses to continue alone. Irene hands her a rope spun from her webbing. Meanwhile, Isaac and Eddie are being chased down by terrorists when Sophia crashes through the ceiling, knocking out their attackers. Outside, Captain Victor is already battling forces on the ground, but Sophia's focus stays on Louis. Luckily, Isaac and Eddie inform her that Louis was last seen heading toward the cathedral. Moving across the rooftops, they dodge gunfire until one terrorist, a small wiry man with the ant blessing, blocks their path. He hurls a massive block of concrete, but Sophia catches it and flings it back. The clash proves costly as Eddie slips and falls through the ceiling. The Ant-Man presses his attack, this time heaving the entire school bell at them. Sophia catches it, but the weight drags her down as well. She crashes into the floor below, where she finds Louis crushed under Leohart's heel. Leohart mocks her, amused by her coldness earlier that morning, and surrounds her with his loyal followers Lloyd and Keith. Both men are ready to die for him. Before things turn dire, Isaac swings down on Rainey's rope, knocking Lloyd aside so Sophia can strike Keith down. But Leohart is far from finished. In a blur, he sends Isaac flying through a wall and appears behind Sophia, whispering about her eyes, their powerful blessings, and his belief that together they could rule the world. He blocks every strike she throws, ranting about the tyranny of blessings, and asks her to be his partner instead. With a playful forehead flick, he nearly knocks her out, then pulls her close. He claims she's too kind for battle, vowing to protect and cherish her instead. Before she can react, he steals a kiss, only for Sophia to bite his lip, leaving blood dripping from his mouth. Furious, Leohart slams her into the wall, declaring that if she continues rejecting him, he'll kill her and wait for the next gorilla blessed to be born. He grips her throat, ready to end it. But Louis intervenes, slashing Leohart with his sword despite his battered state. Even as Leohart beats and stomps him down, Louis swears he will always be Sophia's knight, never allowing Leohart to claim her. Leohart tosses him aside, only to be confronted by Eddie and Arshin's musketeer squad. They open fire, but Leohart effortlessly slices the bullets away. Sophia notices Louis is suddenly gone, until she spots him darting above in squirrel form. Realizing his plan, she launches herself at Leohart head-on. Her powerful strike forces him back just long enough for Louis to cut the chandelier loose from above, crushing the leopard beneath. Sophia beams with relief. Her squirrel knight saves the day. With Leohart defeated, the knights move in to take him into custody. Later, Sophia wakes in the Royal Hospital alongside her recovering friends. Even Eddie is safe. Thanks to his cat blessing, he lands on his feet no matter how high the fall. The group even admits he looks cuter because of it. Not long after, Sophia proudly congratulates Louis for passing the knighthood exam, officially becoming a full-fledged royal knight. Yet Louis's sights remain set on the rank of Grand Master. Sophia promises to stay by his side forever, sealing their vow with a heartfelt kiss. And that's how the season ends. Let me know what you think about this anime, and as always leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all in the next video.